Hi guys, welcome to Learn Tech from Zero. Today we'll be covering further CCNA topic. So let's begin with today's topic, which is 1.3 single mode fiber, multi-mode fiber, and copper. So these are the main three types of cablings, the cables that we need to know for CCNA exam. So let's just quickly check those cables. So these are fiber optic cables. You can see they're usually this color, so just quickly have a look. So these are fiber optic cables, and then when we say copper cables, what we mean is this is copper cable. So there are different types of. We also call them Ethernet cables, but the main it is basically made of copper. So copper cables, and then you have two types of copper cables, which is UTP cables. So UTP is unshielded twisted pair. So what it means is it doesn't have any shielding. So these are just twisted so that to basically to avoid electromagnetic interference. That's why they're twisted. And then this, so UTP means unshielded. They're not shielded but just twisted. And then we have STP cables, which are shielded. So you can see that they are shielded with shielded for electromagnetic interference. So two types of copper cables for Ethernet types, sorry, Ethernet cable types. So one is UTP, one is, and the other one is STP. And for fiber optic, what we can say is for fiber optic there are two types of cables. One is single mode and other one is multi-mode. So that's it for the this is what all you need to know for the exam. So let's just go through some of the details of each of these cables. So the first one, it says single mode fiber. The single mode fiber means single mode. This one covers the longest, and this one covers the longest, used in WAN, wide area network, connecting between longer distances. So when you get a fiber connections from, let's say, your internet service provider, you are basically getting a single mode fiber connection directly from the internet service provider. Multi-mode fiber connections, this covers like a local area network, like a small network, small area, or connecting two buildings, and they don't have long distance coverage. So let's just quickly go through some of the details. So let's just go with the single mode fiber. The single mode fiber, it uses a very thin glass, about 9 microns and diameters. You can go through these details. You don't need to know too much of the cable types and the science behind those cable types. All you need to know is the distance, what sort of energy they transmit, and etc. So let's say, so for example, in single mode, this is the fastest, and it covers the longest. So you have to remember SMF, single mode fiber, it covers up to 40 kilometers. Okay, and then it has a speed of starting at 1 gigabits per second, and then 10, 40, 100, and more. And the color of the jacket is yellow for identification, so don't worry about all this. So this is single mode fiber. So let me just quickly show you single mode fiber. So this one uses laser light. Okay, and then the single mode fiber, this covers the longest, up to 40 kilometers. This is for covering big areas and for WAN connection, wide area connection, external network connections. And then you have multi-mode fiber. This is typically used within a building, or connecting two buildings. So this is mostly for LAN connection, LAN. And this one uses LED lights rather than laser. So laser covers longer and faster, and so basically it's covering more areas, up to 40 kilometers. And this one covers, this one is LED light, and it covers up to 550 meters only, so it's just a small area. And this is the speed is almost, it's basically the same as single mode. one gigabits per second, 10 gigabits per second, 40 gigabits per second, and this is just short range, not for covering longer range. You need to remember single mode, long range, multi-mode, short range. Single mode uses laser lights. Multi-mode uses LED lights. All right. Okay. And then you have copper cables, the Ethernet cables, the Cat cables, Cat 5, Cat 6, Cat 7 cables that we use on a regular basis. Those are called copper cables, twisted pair Ethernet cables. So what their distance is always, maximum distance is always 100 meters. Okay, and different types of those cables, those copper cables. Let me just quickly show you. So these copper cables, RJ45 connector, this is an RJ45 connector. They have, so different of them have different speeds. They cover maximum distance of 100 meters. And then they have different types, the cable categories. So the Cat 5e, the speed is up to 1 gigabits. Cat 6, 10 gigabits. Cat 6a, 10 gigabits. Cat 7, 40 gigabits. So you can see that the modern copper cables are giving you higher speeds over time. When Cat 9, Cat 10 comes out, and wonder what the speed will be. And they have a connector at the end which is RJ45. And then, so this is an RJ45 connector. Okay, so we let's just finish the topic for copper cables. Copper cables they have two types: UTP cables, unshielded; STB cables, shielded. All right, and then shielded ones, STB cables, they are shielded to reduce electromagnetic interference, EMI, and they always have a connector at the end which is RJ45. So I'm just going to close this tab. We'll just finish the copper cable sections. And then fiber optic cables, you know them, and they have different types of connectors at the end. When we say connector, the connectors connect, basically they're at the end of the cable, and then it goes inside the physical port of a device. So what are the connectors that we have? Let's just go the connectors for fiber optic. So fiber optic connectors, we have LC and SC, Leucin connector and subscriber connector. Let me just quickly find out which are the main ones for. Just bear with me 1 second. So let's talk about the fiber optic connectors, fiber optic cable connectors. So LC, Leucin connector, is the common in modern networks right now, LC connectors. So this is the most common connector at the moment. And then we also have SC, subscriber connector, which is push and pull, older but still in use. This one, this is old but still in use. And then we have another one, ST, straight tip, used in older fiber systems, twist and lock systems. So older, hardly used right now. So which is ST, this one. Okay, that's it. These are the three connectors that you need to know for the exam. LC is the current one, SC is still in use, and ST is the old one. That's it. Let's just see. What we'll do is right now, let's just practice some of the questions, and we will finish it with the quiz. If you have any questions, just leave a comment, and I'll be happy to explain. And if you want to learn more about the cable types, go to Learn Tech from Zero. It's all free. Go through all the notes and practice the questions at the end. And this is enough for CCNA exam. And all this information, it's more than enough for CCNA exam. I always provide extra information so that in the future it's easier for you to learn other courses. So let's just try some of the questions. Which characteristics best describe single mode fiber? Single mode uses laser for longer distance. You need to remember that. So small core size and long distance transmission, large core size and short distance transmission use. So large core size, you need to remember, single mode has small core, and then multi-mode has large core. Electrical signals instead of light. Electrical signals, copper cables, they use electrical signals, and fiber optic cables, they use lights for transmission. You need to remember that. So in this case, the answer would be small core size and long distance, which is the feature of single mode. Correct. What type of light source is typically used in single mode fiber? Single mode fiber is basically laser light. LED is for shorter areas, laser is for long areas. So single mode covers longer areas, and this is used in WAN, wide area network. So the answer should be laser, not LED. All right, let's just go with laser. What is the typical maximum distance for multimode fiber at 10 gigabits per second? When we say multimode fiber, the maximum speed is 550 meters. At single mode fiber, the maximum speed is 40 kilometers. So for this one is single mode. So let's just, and this 100 meters is are the copper cables, all cat cables. So this should be the answer. Which fiber type has a large core diameter? Large core diameter. So it has to be multimode fiber. Single mode fiber, which covers longer distance, has small core diameter, and the multimode has large core diameter. So, okay, so the answer has to be multimode fiber. What type of signal is transmitted through copper Ethernet cables? And the answer should be electric signals. Light signals for fiber optic. Radio waves is for Wi-Fi. Ultraviolet pulses, not in this case. So electrical pulses for copper, remember this. All RJ45 connector, cat5, cat6, cat7 cables, they use electrical signals. Light signals are used by fiber optic cables. Radio waves are Wi-Fi, remember this. So let's just go with this one. I will just finish it for now. You should practice, read the notes and practice the rest of the questions. If you have any questions, just leave a comment and I will be happy to help. So thanks for your time, and I will see you next time.